for deterrence. Clear-cut communication has to be made of clearly possessed capabilities to deter an enemy.
The fort that India and Pakistan war is considered to be a very modern 21st century war.
India knows that it can't really fight Pakistan because Pakistan has a very potent nuclear weapon.
Amid talks of creating more toilets in India, you're investing heavily in weaponry. That's really, really bad.
Hello, the nation today celebrates a great day in its history. The day Pakistan became a declared nuclear program. It's a national holiday, and you can hear and see celebratory messages all around. Everybody is out there, not just commemorating this great day, but also taking credit for this remarkable turn in Pakistan's defense history. It was remarkable not because this is the first time Pakistan was known to have got the nuclear weapons. Pakistan's nuclear program was long on the international radar, and it had a long gestation period. It developed through different twists and turns. It had ups and downs. But this is the first time Pakistan let go of, under the compulsion created by Indian nuclear tests, the idea of ambiguity. Ambiguity doctrine stated that Pakistan could leave its enemies and friends guessing as to what is the nature of its capability. But since India had tested the nuclear devices, it had become imperative that Pakistan should follow suit, lest there should be any doubt in Indian mind whether Pakistan does actually have a potent nuclear weapon or not. And if you have doubtful thoughts in the heads of your adversary, that doesn't really work well for deterrence. For deterrence, clear-cut communication has to be made of clearly possessed capabilities to deter an enemy, and this communication should have no ambiguities. If Pakistan had not gone publicly and declared way a nuclear path, our deterrence communication strategy would have been compromised. So this was the context. However, as we acknowledge this remarkable day in our history, we also need to acknowledge the real heroes, the people. Two of them cannot really speak from the graves. They cannot send out press releases. They cannot make statements. They cannot be interviewed because they are dead and gone. Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan and Munir Ahmad Khan. Abdul Qadir Khan is known to everybody. He is a household name. Munir Ahmad Khan, however, is less spoken about. He was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's right-hand man, the person who was the longest-serving head of Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission, and somebody who laid the scientific foundation of Pakistan's nuclear deterrence. And a third name also has to be mentioned, not in order of priority, but in terms of his weight, which is equal to that of A.Q. Khan and Munir Ahmad Khan. And his name is Dr. Sama Mubarak Mand, who is still with us, alhamdulillah. Together, these three deans of Pakistan's nuclear program gave Pakistan not just the nuclear potency, not just the infrastructure to support the development of the nuclear program, but also gave Pakistan the most crucial thing as far as nuclear deterrence capability is concerned, that is the delivery system. You may have a nuclear device, but if you do not have diverse delivery systems, missiles, also warheads, and miniaturization of the nuclear capable capacity that is installed in the warhead, and then placement of the warhead onto the nuclear weapon and accuracy of this delivery system, frankly, nuclear capability is just a very expensive toy. So these three names need to be remembered as we celebrate a big day in our history.
Nuclear capability appears appropriate for Pakistan when you have a country like India as your neighbor, threatening always, living in the past, as reflected through Prime Minister Modi's statements. What India is doing is giving rise to arms race in the region. Again, they're investing heavily in their defense budget. They want to renew their aircraft building project, which is known as Tejas. Tejas have not come out of the assembly line yet, but they have also approved another program, another project to build a stealth fighter. That is a fifth-gen twin-engine jet that India aims to build to rival Pakistan, which is getting these F-35s, similar to F-35s aircraft from China, which are 5th gen stealth fighter aircrafts. The race is already on in the world to develop 6th gen aircrafts, and some countries are also working on that. But 5th gen aircrafts are crucial to launch airstrike without getting detected by radars. Also, there's a very interesting race in the region, and it is of drones. Drones are being focused at the moment. The fought that India and Pakistan war is considered to be a very modern 21st century war, where they have tested missiles, they've tested latest technology, electromagnetic warfare, aircrafts, electric signaling. That's the sort of war that is being studied at the moment by everyone. And I believe India and Pakistan both know where their weaknesses are, and they're racing to get that technology. Pakistan is investing in Turkey. Pakistan is collaborating with China to come up with a comprehensive program to get more drones. India is relying on its indigenous technology. But when India gets lots of its equipment from China, especially the battery and the power system that is included in these drones, it is considering to develop that technology at home, but it is going to be a very, very difficult subject. So India is taking the arms race really to the next level.
That's a very interesting point, because this takes the debate beyond nuclear weapons, beyond nuclear deterrence. Today is the day, of course, to look at the incredible umbrella of general safety and strategic safety that Pakistan has. But at the same time, Faisal makes a very interesting point about this nuclear umbrella not being enough to prevent an adversary to, number one, develop its conventional weapons capacity, and number two, continue to force on a smaller country such as Pakistan its own defense doctrine, which is sub-nuclear warfare. So while you may have a very potent nuclear weapon built with the sweat of the brow of some really great men, you may also have a very modern delivery system. The point to remember is that this is not enough to prevent the war. This is not enough to ward off the war from your borders. And the drone war that Faisal referred to, the new generation aircraft that are being sought after and being prepared or being bought, the new conventional weapons capacity that India is developing, all of that theoretically should not happen, because India knows that it can't really fight Pakistan because Pakistan has a very potent nuclear weapon. That it is happening tells you the importance of thinking beyond nuclear deterrence. And I would say that Pakistan has a full spectrum nuclear deterrence for the uninitiated. By this we mean man to man, missile to missile, bomb to bomb, delivery system to delivery system, and tank to tank. So wherever the enemy goes and tries to create problem for you, you hold your line and battle it out in that realm against that enemy with that weapon. That's full spectrum deterrence. So therefore, if you were to define or redefine full spectrum deterrence for Pakistan, now it will not just be nuclear weapons, delivery systems, modern aircraft, delivery systems, conventional weapons. It will also include economic competence, social coherence, internal order, and also an acute awareness that time is kind of running out on nations that lag behind in social indexes of progress. So full spectrum deterrence is no longer about weapons. That's the point I'm trying to make. Full spectrum deterrence must now include the economic dimension, the social dimension, the political dimension. I think these are the things that we need to debate today. While it's very welcome to celebrate our nuclear achievements and the great men who led from the front or from behind this push for ultimate security, this security needs to be now strengthened by other factors as well. And these factors include primarily now your economic strength.
when you look at threats coming out of India, they're not only investing in their defense, not giving rise to arms race in the region, but also resorting to this rhetoric, which poses, certain threats. When he says that India and Pakistan were divided and India was injured and it should not have happened, he's taking people back to the bitter memories of Pakistan and India division. Then he's also referring to Kashmir. He says the Pakistan occupied Kashmir is a thorn in the flesh of India, and that needs to be reversed. So when you take these sorts of statements, how can you not build your arsenal? This is a very, very dangerous line the Indian Prime Minister is towing. I think he should be focusing more on the people who are homeless in India. I think he should be focusing more on people who are like defecating out in the open. I had the chance of visiting India, and we went through Wagah border, and there are like people who are washing their clothes out in the open, and performing their daily rituals out in the open. And amid talks of creating more toilets in India, you're investing heavily in weaponry. That's really, really bad.
But that's the new India that we are looking at, India that doesn't look at its own internal problems, but continues to externalize its internal challenges at this point in time. Modi, as I said yesterday as well, and this is my consistent line, where he stands on the spectrum of politics, he's not going to turn around and see the light of reason. So therefore, it is imperative for Pakistan to, number one, acknowledge the great signposts in our history, such as today's day, when Pakistan became a declared nuclear weapon state, and also mark the great achievement of defeating India in the battle that was recently fought, but also look seriously at rebuilding its economy, creating more social cohesion, and also creating an image that really and truly represents this great nation. Unless and until we bring all these elements together, the enemies out there, those hyenas looking at Pakistan as if it was easy prey, despite being defeated, will continue to howl. So in order for us to beat these hyenas back and send them back to where they belong, we really need to reflect on the holistic idea of a nuclear-led, conventional weapons strengthened and economically cemented Pakistan. That's what we need to think about today. Thank you.